Okay, I know it has been roughly 11 years. A lot of people saw a video that I posted, I believe in 2015, 2016. This old guitar I bought in a bar in Portland from my friend Jack, playing the Gorillaz Melancholy Hill. Better late than never. Tutorial tab, it's here, it's in this video. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Devon, who very kindly put together a tab in what had to have been 135 seconds flat. But I'm going to kind of run you through it today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Keep in mind I also do personal lessons, private lessons, both around the LA and Orange County area and online as well. So if you need anything more particular, we can always work something out there to get like a Zoom lesson. Now, this song is based around very familiar chords: a C chord, a G chord, an A minor chord, and an F chord. Some of these are going to be played maybe a little bit different than you are used to, but I will kind of go through how we're thinking about it, how we're approaching it. This is going to be something for people who are familiar with finger picking. I'm mainly using the first three fingers in my hand. I would say the other thing that's really important here is being familiar with how to play the melody separate from the chords. And you and I will both kind of learn this here. So we have the instrumental melody. This melody is thankfully pretty simple, right? A lot of that is going to be done with an open B string or our first finger on the first fret of the B string. Everything I'm talking about is going to be relative to the chord. Relative to the capo, rather. So second fret capo, right? C shape. I know this is a D chord, but we're going to be thinking about it like it's a C. So our pinky is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting here, both in terms of the melody and in terms of the instrumental line. So if you haven't used your pinky before, this would be a great excuse to start getting it into your regular regimen. The pinky is going to be planted on the third fret of the E string for a lot of this song. Now let me play you a bit of the intro. So what's going on here is I'm playing my C chord. My pinky is on the third fret of the high E string. So I'm going to strike the chord, just our middle four strings, no E strings involved. And then I'm going to hit that high note, that third fret of the E string. We'll do it twice. And then I'm just going G string, E string, B string, right? Nothing's changing in the left hand. We're going to repeat this idea for the G chord. When I'm playing that G chord, I'm playing the low E string and then the D, G, and B string. And then again, hitting that high third fret of the E string. And same thing, we're going to hit that twice, chord, note, and then we're just going to do B, E, B, E. That's B string, E string, B string, E string. Go to your A minor shape. Same thing, we hit the chord, the high note, we'll do that twice. And then we're doing B string, E string, B string, E string. Now because we're holding that A minor shape, we have that melody note we already need for the lead line in there. Then we're going to go to the F chord. We're going to be doing the same strings as the G chord, right? So low E string, D, G, B. And then we'll hit that high note on the E string. When we hit that G, we'll do the G chord, B, E, B, E, B. And then we repeat where we came from. This gets us through our intro. Now, the verse, this structure is really going to kind of depend on what verse you're singing. Is it the first verse? Is it the second verse? But once you understand the parts, the melody, where it's placed, you'll be able to kind of put this all together, right? So this isn't a tab for the whole song, but it's just a tab of the intro and the verse parts. So. We're going to be playing that melody part on the high E string, the B string, and the G string. And as you can see, a lot of it is just going to be moving our first finger, barring it down on that E string, and then also using our pinky. So first we're going to hit our C chord. And in this case, we're going to keep our high E string open. Then we're going to hit the 3rd fret of that high E string. There's going to be a descending run here. Now, I'm holding my C chord the whole time I'm playing this, right? So we're going to go 1st fret of the high E string, open E string. Now we're going to our B string, pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string, pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string. And we're going to end that descending run with an open G string. Now for the next part of the line, it's going to be the G string twice. And then we're going to do the 2nd fret of the G string and the 1st fret of the B string. This is where we move to our G chord. Our pinky in this case is going to be on the 3rd fret of the B string, not the E string. We're going to go back to the G string. We're going to go G string open twice, 2nd fret of the G string. We're going to move to the B string. Our first finger is going to come down again like it's a C chord. We're going to play that 1st fret of the B string. I forgot to mention, there's a little bit of that arpeggiating in between, right? Anytime you hear that pattern, it's just B string, D, G, B string, D, G. So back to that's G, G, 2nd fret, 1st fret of the B string. We're going to play our A minor chord with a high E at the top for that melody. Now we're going to go to an F chord. The notable thing about this F chord is I am not playing that dreaded bar chord that we all learn as children or even as young adults and hate, right? I am using the corner of my thumb kind of right around where let's see if we can get it in the camera there. May or may not focus, but I'm using the corner of my thumb kind of right around where the joint is, right? Let's see if we can get that in there. So that's holding down the low 1st fret of the E string. We're using our first 3 fingers here for the rest of the F chord, right? We're going to be playing the low F note and then our top 3 strings, so G, B, and E. Pinky comes down on the 3rd fret of the E string. Open E string, 3rd fret of the E string, 1st fret of the E string, open E string. Pinky comes down to the 3rd fret of the B string. We're going to go to our G chord. This time, no pinky on the B string. Let that ring. go to our G string twice, 2nd fret of the G string, and then our 1st fret of the B string. We're going to go back to our F chord and just play it like the end of our outro. And that gets us through everything in that video. So let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, the tab will be downloadable. And if there's any further instruction that you need, let me know. As you can maybe tell, this is not being filmed on an iPhone or Samsung. This is, we've got some fancy cameras we're working with here, some lighting, some mics. I'm going to be kind of messing around with this format. So I really appreciate you guys, kind of tuning in and sticking around for the ride. I'm excited to kind of find a style and just start putting things out a little bit more that are relevant to people. So thank you for tuning in. Gorillaz, Melancholy Hill, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video.